Utah Mammoth versus Mammoth Hockey, the legal battle explained. Imagine the surprise and confusion when a beloved hockey team and a well-known equipment manufacturer find themselves in a legal battle over a shared name. This is exactly what's happening between the Utah Mammoth and Mammoth Hockey. Let's dive into the details of this intriguing dispute. Brogan Fuston, a seasoned journalist covering the Utah Mammoth and trending news for the Deseret News, brings us the latest developments. Key points: Mammoth Hockey, a company specializing in hockey bags, and Mammoth versus Mammoth. NHL team takes legal action in trademark dispute. Mammoth versus Mammoth. The NHL team takes the initiative in a trademark dispute. In a surprising turn of events, the Utah Mammoth, a new NHL team, is making headlines not just for their on-ice performance, but for a legal battle off the ice. The team is currently embroiled in a trademark dispute with Mammoth Hockey, a company that specializes in high-end hockey bags. The Utah Mammoth has filed a lawsuit in the U.S. District Court in Utah, seeking a resolution to this trademark conflict. The 16-page legal document submitted on Friday identifies the ownership entities IT and Smith Entertainment Group Hockey as the plaintiffs in this case. The lawsuit alleges that Mammoth Hockey initially expressed support for the new team name and even proposed a potential partnership. However, the situation took a dramatic turn in June when the bag company suddenly claimed that their trademark rights were being violated and threatened legal action, although the specifics of this threat remain unclear. In response, the Utah Mammoth is proactively seeking a court ruling under the U.S. Declaratory Judgment Act to clarify the trademark situation. A brief background. The Utah Mammoth's journey began when Ryan Smith, the owner of the Utah Jazz, acquired the Arizona Coyotes in 2024 and relocated them to Salt Lake City. Last season, the team played under the name Utah Hockey Club, finishing sixth in the Central Division of the Western Conference. After a thorough process of gathering fan input, the team officially announced its new name, the Mammoth, in May. The origins of the dispute. The legal complaint includes a screenshot from June 2024, showcasing a post by Mammoth Hockey that highlighted the 6 finalist names for the Utah team. The post read, "We're pretty partial to this one," accompanied by a winking emoji and a red circle around the name Mammoth. Additionally, the filing features a screenshot of a LinkedIn message from Eric Olson, one of the co-founders of Mammoth Hockey, who reached out to a member of the NHL team in April 2025, suggesting a discussion about a possible collaboration if the Mammoth name was chosen. Olson noted, "For example, it could be a good marketing story for the Utah team to tell if we produce the team bags, by Mammoth, for Mammoth." This indicates that there was once a mutual interest in collaboration between the two parties. However, the situation escalated when Mammoth Hockey's attorneys sent a letter to the NHL team in June 2025, alleging trademark infringement and demanding that the team cease using the Mammoth name. A follow-up letter was sent the following month, warning that the use of the name could lead to confusion among consumers. Interestingly, the complaint points out that Mammoth Hockey has not registered the trademark for Mammoth, relying instead on common law rights. The lawsuit argues that the differences in logos, colors, and designs between the two entities are significant enough that they would not confuse consumers, particularly those familiar with the hockey industry, who can easily distinguish between a professional team and a vendor supplying equipment to amateur players. The stance of the Utah Mammoth. In a statement to Front Office Sports, Smith Entertainment Group asserted, "Utah Mammoth and the NHL firmly believe that we have the legal right to use the name Utah Mammoth under both federal and state law, and that our usage will not adversely affect the defendant or its business in any manner. On the other hand, Mammoth Hockey contends that there is a significant risk of consumer confusion between the two brands, which could jeopardize their business operations." According to the Salt Lake Tribune, they argue that fans who support a different team may refrain from purchasing products from Mammoth Hockey, mistakenly believing that their purchases would benefit a rival team. Neither Olson nor his co-founder, Lars Huschke, responded immediately to requests for comments from Front Office Sports. Expert Insights. Trademark law expert Alexandra Roberts, who teaches law and media at Northeastern University, commented that the process of waiting for a declaratory judgment could extend into the NHL season. However, she also suggested that a coexistence agreement or some form of settlement might be reached sooner. This does seem like the kind of issue that the two companies could potentially resolve on their own, she remarked. What do you think? This situation raises intriguing questions about trademark rights and brand identity in the sports world. Do you believe that Mammoth Hockey has a valid claim, or is the Utah Mammoth justified in their use of the name? Share your thoughts in the comments below. Utah Mammoth Hockey Team embroiled in trademark dispute. Imagine a scenario where a newly minted professional sports team finds itself embroiled in a legal battle over its name. This is precisely what happened with the Utah Mammoth, the latest addition to Utah's sports landscape. But here's where it gets controversial. The team is locked in a trademark dispute with a company called Mammoth Hockey, LLC, based in Portland, Oregon. Earlier this month, the Utah Mammoth filed a complaint against Mammoth Hockey, alleging that the company is attempting to prevent them from using the name Mammoth. Mammoth Hockey claims that there's a significant risk of consumer confusion between their brand and the Utah Mammoth's brand. According to their lawyers, hockey enthusiasts might mistakenly believe that purchasing from Mammoth Hockey would support the Utah Mammoth, thereby harming their business. It is highly likely that consumers will confuse the two marks, risking our clients' business and operations, the lawyers for Mammoth Hockey stated in an email exchange. They further elaborated, "This confusion will negatively impact our clients' business. Fans supporting a team other than the Utah Mammoth may avoid buying from us, thinking their purchase would aid a rival team." The lawsuit mentions that Mammoth Hockey threatened legal action against the Utah Mammoth, but did not specify when or where this litigation might take place. Interestingly, the Utah Mammoth contends that Mammoth Hockey had initially shown support for their name choice. During the lengthy naming process, Mammoth Hockey posted a screenshot on social media, circling the Utah Mammoth in a list of proposed names and adding, "We're pretty partial to this one," with a winking emoji. Moreover, Eric Olson, co-founder of Mammoth Hockey, reached out to Rachel Moffett, the Utah Mammoth's president of hockey operations, suggesting it would be cool to talk about a possible collaboration if the Utah Mammoth was chosen as the team's official name. Despite this early enthusiasm, Mammoth Hockey abruptly changed its stance in June 2025, shortly after the Utah Hockey Club adopted the name. In the emails provided through the complaint, Mammoth Hockey maintained that their social media post was merely an observation and not an endorsement. They also clarified that the offer of collaboration was made due to the perceived likelihood of confusion between the brands. The Utah Mammoth's lawyers countered by stating, "The uncertainty created by defendants' actions, which has persisted for months with no resolution, has become intolerable." They argue that the logos and services provided by both parties are sufficiently distinct, making consumer confusion unlikely. The Utah Mammoth is now seeking a declaratory judgment from the U.S. District Court to resolve this dispute under the U.S. Declaratory Judgment Act. ABC4 reached out to Mammoth Hockey for their side of the story but has not received a response as of the time of publication. The Utah Mammoth journey began in 2024 when the team initiated a fan voting process to select its identity. By June of that year, Mammoth emerged as one of 6 finalist names and eventually made the final cut of 3 names in January 2025. Mammoth Hockey, founded in 2014, started with the launch of its first hockey equipment bag. However, the lawsuit points out that Mammoth Hockey has not filed a trademark application for its Mammoth design, which prominently features a red forward-facing mammoth. This case raises intriguing questions about the importance of trademark protection and the complexities of brand identity in the modern era. How far should a company go to protect its name, and what constitutes fair use? What do you think? Should Mammoth Hockey's concerns be taken seriously, or is the Utah Mammoth's argument more compelling? Share your thoughts in the comments below.